Hello, this is Mr. Bacon Bits, and welcome back to Danganronpa. Last episode, we found out Sakura has been killed. And now we're doing an investigation to get all of the evidence that we can. I believe I looked through everything in this room, so we just have to ask the other people who Sakura invited. So where could they be? Those other two probably went back to their rooms. Okay. Which were those? Okay, Toko and Hiro. Okay. Toko and Hiro. Here we go. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds... Huh?
Who's there?
Oh, okay. The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Really, that's rare coming from you. She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, but Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? Yeah. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay. Now we just need to get Hiro's account. There he is. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually. I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be...
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well... when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong!
No way! I totally didn't! Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually...
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. What I'm interested about is why all of a sudden he's calling Sakura Ogre. Like, it was even before the secret came out. Like, all of a sudden, starting this chapter, he's been calling Sakura Ogre. And for some reason, he's acting suspicious. I mean, I'm sure he's I'm sure he's just being his usual doofus self, but... Can he really be smart enough to pull a crime? To pull a killing?
Don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again, and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, Will, if you'll excuse me... Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the Chem Lab. So where should I start? Well, I think a good place is to try the Chem Lab, so I will be back over there. Oh wait, no, that's the crime scene. Alright, let's look at the Chem Lab. Why is he... Makoto, did you have your eye on the Chem Lab too? Yeah, and I'm noticing a gigantic spill over here. What did you do? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that to you. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. Like, maybe the gigantic spill right beneath it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Okay. 3 things of interest. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So, in other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Nice. Source of the powder. Okay. Yep, the powder itself and then the footprints. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. Speaking of, these are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? That's what I was about to ask. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. There we go. And what about the left shelf? Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, Section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which, I suppose, suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, Section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. So what about C? On this shelf is one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, Section C. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into three sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Yeah, I'm thinking that she got poisoned with that protein drink. I've already taken a good look at the Chem Lab. Maybe I should take another look at around the rec room. Okay. And... so, what did I miss in the rec room?
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So, along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Yeah, and it sounds like Hiro is lying because he was acting suspicious. But again, it's Danganronpa. Things can't be too simple. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look over them one more time. Okay. I think Kyoko said she'd found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new. That they're all chess pieces?
hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
So,
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? I mean, the only thing I can think of is that they're chess pieces. For some reason.
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the Chem Lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the Chem Lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. I guess she wants to confirm if it actually was a Monokuma bottle or some other kind of bottle.
listen.
First, let's compare the weight of two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
In other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How's that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. I think whatever the broken bottle is, it might have been from the Chem Lab instead of actually a Monokuma bottle. So that just begs the question of... Or maybe it's both. Maybe it's both a Monokuma bottle and a bottle from the Chem Lab. Because they kind of look like similar glass. And, because, yeah, that would have to explain why the Monokuma figurine was outside of its bottle. So, yeah. Anyway, magazine case. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. Whoa! This is on one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold, bloody letters, and it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? It's not that simple. Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled! She's the killer for sure! That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer! I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. Exactly! Makoto actually knows the nature of this game. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. And what else? Did she say something about this?
Why?
Looks like someone touched the inside of the
It's
locker.
true.
Okay, I think
Hey.
I already did that. I actually
Indeed.
completely forgot what the other thing was.
In other words... Hey,
The experiment showed that the pieces of glass on the floor were heavier than an intact Monokuma bottle. And the bottles all have something in common. Oh wait! It's 2 Monokuma bottles! 2 Monokuma bottles were used, I just noticed. Yeah, there's like 2 empty spaces right there. Okay, so it wasn't a bottle from the Chem Lab. It was 2 Monokuma bottles that were used. Maybe the first time... Maybe Sakura got struck on the head twice. Maybe. But either way, 2 Monokuma bottles were used and broken. But we only have 1 figurine. There's apparently an important secret hidden there. Yeah, I guess this. I gave that to Sakura. She got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me. Yeah, okay. I'm guessing... Okay, this one. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but...
Hey,
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. I mean, yeah, it's confirmed she's a detective. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, look here. Oh. Her shoes?
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep. Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Okay. I actually kind of had my suspicions that it might have been Sakura who left those footprints there.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. Got it. Okay, there we go. 2 Monokuma bottles were used. The first one that struck didn't kill her right away. Didn't kill her or knock her out right away. So a second one was used. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Okay. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Oh, great. It's class trial time already?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time? But the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. The time on these investigations is getting stricter and stricter. Holy shit. I mean, in terms of storytelling, I know that there's not actually a time limit. But you get what I'm talking about. Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up, one after another. God, it feels weird that there's so few people here. And yeah, that's everybody. Wow. The ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery! What's with all the emoticons?
What?
What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body, XD. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends?
What?
He's right. That does make it seem sad.
I can't wait.
Oh, then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. Kirby dance. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person is here? That person is one of us? Alright, come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close, and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all-too-familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial! Alright, here we go. Yeah, just do that. Okay, what are my skills this time? Increases the time limit for each phase, effective during the class trial. Sure. And that's about all I can do, so... Finish preparations. Well, let's look through the truth bullets one more time. Rec room door... Okay. Alright. This is gonna be interesting.